In our headlines for this evening, locally, delegation from UWI pays courtesy call on Premier's Ministry, and Ministry of Health takes steps to reduce cases of gastroenteritis. The details are straight ahead. Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Wednesday, March 4th, 2015. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. A delegation from the University of the West Indies today met with Cabinet Secretary Stedman Truss, Permanent Secretary in the Premier's Ministry Wakely Daniel, and Assistant Secretary Kevin Barrett. The details in this report.
Thanks, Bronte. The delegation comprised of the University of the West Indies UWI Deputy Dean of the Distance and Outreach Program, Dr. Darren Conrad, Deputy Dean of Students Affairs, Tyrone Ali, and Student Recruitment Officer, Nigel Bradshaw. Following today's meeting, we spoke with Assistant Secretary in the Premier's Ministry, Kevin Barrett, who explained the purpose of the visit.
We met with a visiting group of UWI representatives from the St. Augustine campus in Trinidad, and the meeting was to bring the Premier's Ministry abreast of what is new and trending at the university. And we learned that one of the thrusts that they are really embarking on is to make the campus more student friendly, and they have added a lot of practicum courses to their program, and they are hoping that being in Nevis, they would be able to talk to the students at the CSS and at the Sixth Form College and also at the Gingerland Secondary School, and their bid is to expose the students here as to what is happening on the campus at St. Augustine, and trying to woo them onto that campus.
The delegation was chaperoned by head of UWI Open Campus in St. Kitts Nevis, Susan Owen, and Senior Administrative Assistant, Grace Laplace. I am Freddie Library reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
Thanks, Fredicia. While Federal Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Mark Brantley, is in Berlin this week for the first conference of the foreign ministers of Germany and the Caribbean community, he will use the opportunity to meet with officials from across the German government. He is expected to meet with the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Development Cooperation, Economic Affairs and Energy and the Environment, as well as the Parliamentary Friendship Group for Relations with the states of Central and South America at the German Bundestag. Minister Brantley will also meet with private sector representatives and will be hosted, along with his Caribbean colleagues, by the Latin America Initiative of German Business. With Germany being a global leader in industry and business, St. Kitts and Nevis hopes to foster closer ties as the Federation continues to diversify and develop its economy. While in Germany, Minister Brantley will also travel to Hamburg, where he will be hosted by the government of the city of Hamburg and the EU LAC Foundation. The St. Kitts and Nevis delegation will also meet with representatives of Queen Logistics University, where talks will be held on energy development and logistics integration as part of economic growth. Minister Brantley is accompanied by Eustace Wallace, Second Secretary at the Joint Mission of the Eastern Caribbean States to the European Union, and Dr. Peter Allner, Honorary Consul of St. Kitts and Nevis, based in Hamburg, Germany. The Strategic Planning Group of the Nevis Division of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force believes that its annual awards ceremony to recognize outstanding constables has continued to motivate and encourage its officers to focus on the job. That view was expressed by Superintendent of Police Hilroy Brandy when he addressed the 12th Annual Constables Award ceremony on Saturday.
To you, our 11 awardees, I wish to congratulate you on your hard work and dedication to duty and for going above and beyond that is required. While today is called just a celebration, I must encourage you not to sit on your laurels, but to continue the hard work and dedication that has brought you to this point. It is important to note that for the 12 years since the inception of the Constable Award, no one attained the privilege of being Constable of the Year more than once. Therefore, I challenge whoever should emerge as Constable of the Year tonight, or anyone who has been Constable of the Year, to excel and make this achievement.
Also addressing Saturday's ceremony was Minister responsible for security in Nevis, Premier the Honorable Vance Amory, who congratulated the 11 officers who were recognized for exemplary service by their respective departments.
The 11 officers who have been selected to be awarded this evening, and all of your well-wishers and friends who have come to support you this evening, I want to extend a very warm welcome and also upfront to offer congratulations to you for having been selected to be recognized by your peers and by your senior officers for the work you have done. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to participate in this very important celebration, and I do so on behalf of the Nevis Island administration, recognizing that the work of the police has to be given due recognition because no government, however strong, however popular, can engage in the matter of maintaining the law and order, which is so necessary for the ongoing development of the country, without an efficient, effective police force.
Meantime, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris addressed the ceremony as the newly appointed Minister of National Security.
The honorees, could we give all 11 of them a special round of applause? And I want in particular to signal out for special recognition number 790, Constable Maura Mills. She is a lone female among 11 being awarded tonight. In general, the police force of St. Kitts and Nevis, and indeed the security forces, in my view, have always risen to the occasion, and they have done reasonably well for our country. I believe that the core body of the security forces recognizes that their duty is fidelity to the Constitution and to the laws of the land. And they have a duty to uphold it, however uncomfortable it may be at all times.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Ian Quilly used his turn at the lectern to commend the NIA for its continued support of the Constables Awards ceremony.
I am acutely aware that the powers that be in Nevis, specifically referred to the Nevis Island administration, successive governments, that is, continue to encourage and support in very large measure the hosting of this event, whereas on the sister island, the same level of support is not so visible. Honorable PM, I urge you, as being freshly installed, both as the Minister of Finance and the Minister of National Security, to begin to look in this direction as I'm certain that the persons from the St. Kitts End will be in very short order approaching with a view to stage similar events. I also want to challenge equally the divisional commanders to commence their preparation for similar events.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Ian Quealy. Stay with us. We'll have more local news after this break.
Everybody, this is Empress Liberty and I'm coming from St. Kitts. I want to big up NTV, Brown Hill Communication, and a Stitching Time.
Hi, I'm Purple and you're in tune to NTV. Keep it locked.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Health is urging residents to take precautions to prevent the spread of gastroenteritis. The number of patients with gastroenteritis increased in the month of February, with the Alexandra Hospital recording 219 cases. Gastroenteritis is the inflammation and irritation of the gastrointestinal tract, which results in diarrhea and vomiting. This is according to Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Judy Nisbet. Dr. Nisbet will be a guest on Monday's edition of NTV's Health Matters with host and health educator Shevani Nisbet.
Now, gastroenteritis has many causes, okay? So diarrhea and vomiting has many causes. So it could be bacterial, could be parasitic. For example, bacterial, it could be E. coli, Shigella, Salmonella, parasites such as Giardia, or it could be viral, for example, rotavirus or norovirus. And we think this outbreak that we are having now on Nevis is due to one of the viruses.
The Alexandra Hospital is in the process of sending abroad test samples to verify the type of virus which has affected persons island-wide. According to Dr. Nisbet, in addition to diarrhea and vomiting, the symptoms of gastroenteritis are fever, abdominal pains, loss of appetite, and headache. She explained how the virus is spread.
It passes from an infected person to another person via the fecal-oral route, meaning that the infected feces or stool of a patient somehow gets into the mouth of another patient. Contaminated hands, contaminated objects, contaminated surfaces like doorknobs, food, water, right? So those are some of the ways. We have to be particularly mindful of washing our hands throughout the day for no reason. Just wash your hands, all right? And particularly after using the bathroom and before eating.
Dr. Nisbet is advising persons to wash their hands multiple times throughout the day before eating and after using the restroom, and to keep the environment clean as this decreases the chances of spreading the virus. One local farmer in the Potworks area says he intends to bring down the price of sweet potatoes on the Nevis market. Donald Daniel made the assertion last week while witnessing the introduction of a new implement by the Department of Agriculture. The implement, called a mole board plow, significantly decreases the harvesting time of potatoes.
It's equipment we attach to the tractor to reap the sweet potatoes. Well, it goes along on, you remove the bines from the bed, make it a bit easier for the plow to operate. You drive along and then you have someone to the back of the tractor picking up the potatoes as they come atop the soil. You don't get that much damage. If there's any at all, it wouldn't be as much as you would dig with a fork. Probably say if you maybe get out like 10 potatoes with a fork, you maybe have 3 or 4 that is digged up. With this now, out of 10, you'll probably have just like 1 or 2. So it's a good way to go with it.
Daniel says he was pleased with the way things were going as he observed the trial of the implement in his farm and gave his impressions.
I planted these potatoes, well, I just leave them in there for maybe about 4 months. But now I know they have the equipment to dig the potato. That little tree bed you see me have there is your style. I will plant potato now. Because when you dig in there with the fork, right, and you go up the rock, you only could get probably about maybe about not even 30 feet. And then the whole day you take to dig 2 bags of potato. Right now with this, you can do 3 beds, 4 beds, whatever you want to do. And you get any amount of potato you want.
Daniel cultivates almost 6 acres of farmland at Potworks and produces a variety of crops, which he sells to both householders and commercial establishments.
I'll continue doing it, and I'll do it on a bigger scale this time. And I expect to get a lot of people go back into the sweet potato so that the price of the sweet potato can come back down.
That is what I want to hear.
Yeah, the price of the sweet potato can come back down because quantity and quality, they are right here. And importing tomatoes and potatoes will be a no for farmers right now. And potatoes are not hard to deal with. Potatoes is just, matter of fact, I don't weed my vine. I just plant them and they go. If any shrubs come up between, I just pull them up. And that's it. And they're not going to be there for long. You're talking about 3 months and you have potatoes. Matter of fact, I recommend if you're going to plant these potatoes, some people say you put on the pot while they're buying a plant.
The small farm equipment pool at the Agriculture Department notes that they have not come up with a costing for this service, but is encouraged by last week's trial of the plow. The Guyanese Association on Nevis will host its 2nd annual Mashromani celebration at the El Camino Willett Park on Saturday, March 7th at 1 p.m. under the theme One People, One Culture, One Celebration. Kenrick Liverpool is a member of the association. He told us the history of the Mashromani celebrations.
Mashromani is one of the biggest festivals in Guyana. The festival Mashromani is being celebrated of Guyana becoming a republic in 1970.
We also spoke with Noel Dalton, chairman of the Guyanese Association of Nevis, who spoke about the activities and encouraged persons to support the association.
Our parade starts at the old cinema from 1 o'clock and through the street of Charlestown. We have our floats, we have some surprises, and we're inviting persons who want to be a part of the celebration can call me at 665-4807 or call Michelle at 6600-425. We're anticipating that this is going to be a big and better event than last year. And we call in the entire Nevision public, come out and have fun with us.
Winston Jones is also a member of the Guyanese Association of Nevis. Mashromani, which simply means celebration after hard work, is celebrated annually on February 23rd. The celebration entails a month of activities, including a float parade, costume competition, steel pan, and dancing in the streets of Guyana. That's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. Good night.